nice things happening here. So let's talk about the passage first. Just a couple of things to be sure of. Clarinets, when we're playing in unison, it can be difficult to stay in tune, so just keep your ears open. And if you find that your pitch is moving, if you're a little flat, you can lower than your neighbor, you can firm up your chin, and that's going to bring the pitch a little bit higher, okay? And then similarly, if we're a little higher than our neighbor, we can loosen up. It's everybody's job to always do that. Trombonists, I'm a trombonist, we have the hardest time getting away with intonation because we have a tuning slide we're holding. So if I'm out of my tune, I can just make a small adjustment. You guys don't have it that easy. Just keep your ears open for that, and then most of the time it was really together, just a couple places where we want to be listening for that. And as far as balance goes, generally very good. There are some times I could use a little more second flute, and it's mostly because there's two of them and only one of you, so you got to give a little bit extra when you're in that kind of setup. We had a mostly unified concept of staccato, which is good. Staccato, a lot of teachers teach it as short. I prefer to think of it as spaced. So you're going to have a little silence on either side, but it still wants to have a nice full tone. So you want to go ta 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 ta. You almost want it to sound like you're hitting a bell in the percussion section. So it's got articulation and a little bit of ring, and then space between that and the start of the next note. So make sure that gets all lined up together. And then on the Brahms theme, the thing I think we can really do a lot more of is choosing where to breathe. Okay, so ideally, we could go 4 measures without taking a breath. That doesn't always happen, and the longer we play, the harder it gets to maintain that. So I would suggest, generally speaking, there's 2 rules. 1, breathe after the longest note you can, right? Because it has the most space to give to the next note. So if you had to breathe before measure 4, I would say breathe in measure 2 after the half note, okay? Things like that. The other rule is, if you're doing a crescendo, don't breathe between the bar where the crescendo is and where the destination dynamic is. So I'm looking at measures 16 and 17 of the theme. See how we got a crescendo in 16, and then in 17 it's forte. So we don't want to go da 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 da. Really, it interrupts the crescendo's feeling, and that did not happen for you in that regard. It was much more minor than that. I was exaggerating for effect, but just make sure that you're thinking about those things. Dynamics in general, we can do more with. Just if your music is going up in pitch, higher notes get louder dynamics, lower notes get softer dynamics as we shape the line. That's not a rule in general, but if you're starting at a mezzo forte, you want to go a little higher as you go up, and then a little lower as you go back down, without really getting to forte or mezzo piano, but you're just trending one way or the other to give it a little bit more interest. Keeps the audience's ears running. But yeah, some really nice playing. Everybody's got a great sound. You clearly worked very hard on this, and it shows in the resulting performance. So really nice job. Thank you so much for coming.